Die.
Taking up all of my space. You should get out of my way. You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I'ma do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think. You should get out of my way. Get your talking face out of my way. 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 I got too many plays. I don't even play. Out of my way. Get out of my way. Out of my way. Out of my way. All my friends coming with all their friends, and we get active, yeah. We get active, yeah. All of my tattoos black, my eyes bloodshot red. I'm ready right now. Don't run your mouth too quick. Let's get it. Stop talking. One way, my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Don't make me watch you get your talking out my face. It's in my mind, really, this is my DNA. I gotta get it, I don't know no other way. Get out my way. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit. Before I sat down, still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. Talk about, now we're doing it, prick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, name, I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You wanna beef with the king? What is you gon' do when you show up on the scene with a 2 Drew on you and your friend and play a little 2 on 2? If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I gotta get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show 'em this ain't the squad for a sucker to test. Pimp, but too large and we way too fresh. Work well with. And quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the front yard yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Oh. Bring 'em out, 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 bring 'em out. You just heard the sound of the king of the South, T.I. I go by the name of Swiss Beats the Monster. I need y'all to rewind this and play this from the top. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out,
rocks, you keep them coming. We know a lot about turning nothing to something. We doing big things, ain't never bluffing. Top of the world, ain't no doubt in mine, it's about time. Woo.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle between the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off and running from Western New York. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. McCarthy starting off with a throw. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 16 yards on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. Get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Down by Savon Rebel.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and got a nice little gain on the ground.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Taking a chance to the end zone. And they will score! Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early, put a fear of God into this defense.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
On red.
They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Red 23.
Again, it's Hampton. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on first. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down, and they go right back to it. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Hey, run!
Back to Hinton. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. There's Kenny Clark on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, easy, Ralph! Hey, Ginger! Done! Great job! Sink right! Here we go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And it looks great flying through the air, Bronk, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
Hey, 11 at, hey, Ginger, shot!
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And they're up against it. 4th down coming up. And I'm just going to assume, Brock, we're going to see a more aggressive defense here after the amount of points these guys gave up last week.
Yeah, that performance was not up to standard. But this
pressure coming from the right edge, and they block it. High ball picked up inside the 25. And who knows what was going on there as he's finally brought down for a huge loss.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now. And wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. On the shotgun, McCarthy. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be brought down up to the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hits him on the out route. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions pull out in front further, 13-zip. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Bills nothing. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Go, son!
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Getting out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Hey, Lion!
I got it. Hey, son, go get him.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Man downfield, and he finds London. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
11. Go.
They're going to throw out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target there was Tyler Warren. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
On 4th down, they'll bring out Blake Gillikin to punt it away. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Rolling out to his left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now from the gun. He got away from a couple of defenders, but they just kept coming. This one's going to end the loss, Brock.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swooning.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he's going to bring this back with a pick 6 and a Buffalo touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Bills chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
14. Bills 7. Daniel Carlson set
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Dory Jackson now to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And off to Benson to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. On a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Go.
Now an inside give to Benson. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They have second down behind the sticks. A quick throw completed out to the left. We'll have a 4-yard gain on that one. He's taken down at the 44.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Air it out on 3rd. That one's complete right side. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down and inches, just too tempting to pass up. They're going to go for it. It's on target to Johnson. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Pass complete to Dulcich. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets it.
By a man, he's in the clear. There it is, touchdown Detroit! The Lions take a 13-point lead. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
Bill 7. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Hampton to open the drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Hey, run. Turn. It's hot. Go, let's go. Silver.
Now it's Lawrence. And they're going to down by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Hey, go.
Running it with Hampton. He's out in the clear. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills make it a one-score game in the first half. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Chased out to his right. This one's taken in by Thornton. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds. 2nd down now, they need 7. McCarthy now, blitz coming. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. And that brings up 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Gotta cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Lions, 1st down. It's a gain of 10. 1st down.
It's Benson on the give. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jonas Sanker in from the secondary, making that stop.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Looking out, right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Now he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get 1 more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
He snapped it to McCarthy. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get 1 more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Hey, go!
Hampton gets the handoff. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills trailing on the scoreboard. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Hey, run! Son, there's a hunt!
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Tomato! 30 left! Go!
They'll on throw. 3rd and long. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Detroit. You get a pick 6. You get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
Highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Harrison Buckner is set to kick off.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Hey, Ginger, time. Here we go.
Shotgun give to Hampton. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
He's going to be caught by Tyler Warren. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Hey. Focus, hot.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here.
23. Son, this one's hot. Think right open. Red.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He hangs on nicely through that hit. Nothing added to the catch, but they're down to the 28. The Buffalo's going to call it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion. Hey, Ginger. Done.
Off the play action, it's Lawrence. Inside, this is wheeled in by Warren. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
The 18-yard line.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
All right, let's go. Go. Son, this one's hot. 11, add. Here we go.
Lawrence working from the gun. Caught just shy of the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Hey, go.
Final throw before the break. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills cutting to the lead on the last play of the half. beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. And the kick is good, so they take some valuable points off that lead right at the end of this half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left complete. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now.
On red. 11. Son, it's Silver.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Hey, I'm gun. Hey, easy, route.
To the air on 3rd and long. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Bills with a punt team out there. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And that punt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They'll begin this drive with Benson. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Let's go.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Give on 2nd to Benson. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers out front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Forced out to his right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the 1st down.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2. He'll throw it. Complete out to the right side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Now it's McCarthy. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 1. And it's 3rd down.
Another throw here for McCarthy. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
He dodged the tackle. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions push their lead further to start the half. Trey Benson, the touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions double their lead to 14.
21. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
On red.
On play action now, Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Lions are going to have it after the 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Let's go now. Bronco 80.
It's a sweep. He pumps the pass forward. Shoots away from one. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
And the Lions.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone now. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
And off to Benson from the gun. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Trey Benson, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one right down the middle. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21.
Bills 21. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Lisa 24.
Inside give to Hampton. Up to the races, middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills shrinking the lead some in the third. Wow, great stop there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills get it back to a 14-point game. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's Gould on the return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's first and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
On the play. First down, Lions.
And the slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, it's McCarthy. And it's Johnson with another one. And the hit arrived shortly after that football did, but he hangs on for a gain down to the enemy 44. They'll come up on first and 10.
Detroit Lions, first down. Let's go now. A gain of 16 yards.
The give now to Benson. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, the 2-yard run on first down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. On target to Thornton. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. So we're through 3 here. The Lions have fought their way to a strong lead in this one. They've got the football too.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10. Give up the gut to Benson. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock. You already got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
McCarthy throwing on this 3rd and 1. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
On to try the field goal, Harrison Butker. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Butker knocks it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
All right, let's go.
Hampton now up the middle. They'll bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Done. It's on his hunt.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. That one's complete. Amari on Hampton. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. This is a heater going deep. He's got it inside the 10. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you got to admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. In a double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Defense still reeling from that last play. Now they're defending 1st and goal from the 3.
23.
From the red zone on 1st. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Lions are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
All right, Lions just about ready. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Benson. And they're going to take him down finally, but not before he puts his own goal line well in that rearview mirror. It's a gain of 17 on that one, and that gives the Lions the 1st.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Staying on the ground with Benson. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Deputy Lions.
He got mighty close, didn't he? But they marked him just short of the 1st. He's at the 34.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Has room down the left sideline. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. Bucks put up even more points in a win. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions making a 24-point ball game.
Bills 28. Harris's Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Hey, Ron!
On the carry, it's Hampton. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
The 37-yard line.
Hey, go! Go, go! Here we go.
It's Hampton on 2nd. Finds a small seam, that's good for 5. Make it 3rd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That one nabbed by Warren. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Go. Hey, easy. Ralph. 11.
Lawrence to throw it. Brought in. And he's going to be blocked out after reaching the 43.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or what make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
All right, one more snap here before our 2-minute warning.
Hey, Lion! Hey, tomato! Silver!
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Hey, let's go. Son, this side's hot. Take right open.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Got his man, it's Golden. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Tramp, 23. Hey, Soko, hot. Sink right. 11.
Thrown again, here's Lawrence. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills making the scoreboard look a touch better. Drake London with the touchdown. Now this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Offense and Lawrence getting ready for this 2-point try.
Hey, 13, Lou. Hot.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails.
That is a gold star effort by the defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, that's a win-win.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And no luck, the Lions there to recover. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, a schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And the coverage is too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
On the move, headed right. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
On to try the field goal, Harrison Butker. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that stretches the lead to 21.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Hey, I'm gun. Silver.
Out of the gun, Lawrence escapes the pocket. He just throws this one away.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, run. Son, this is hot.
Lawrence working from the gun. Warren brings this one in on the slant. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Center. Done. Go. Here we go.
Now it's Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
On the red. Son, this is hot.
On play action now, Lawrence. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Ready up.
Avoided one crisis on the dropped pick. Now they're facing another 3rd and long.
All right, let's go. Hey, kill!
Here he goes, third and long. He's got London left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
First and 10 at the
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Hey, tomato.
Back to the air, Lawrence.
Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That one connects. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. Buffalo calls it second time out of the half. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Hey, Soko, it's a hunt. Take right, open. 11.
Working inside the red zone. And he has the Buffalo touchdown. The Bills get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Here we go.
Again, it's Lawrence to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it.
That keeps the score. Lions 55, Bills 40.
Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And this is brought in by the Lions. That should be enough to secure them this win.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Headed out right. Going all the way to the end zone here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up first and 10.
Go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. He's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
For the second time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And here's a timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in a game that's already decided. Daniel Carlson on for this field goal try. This is a 55-yard look from the left hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. So the Lions get the win on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Buffalo.